That's gonna be on the Liberty News.
Grinding for that spot, a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners, I don't think they pay attention. I'm sticking to my vision, on the road to the riches. Every single day, I'm a hustle on a mission. Trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365, until I reach the heavens.
Damn, bro. Let's get to it. Yeah. Welcome back to the Lit House. Hold on, some shit is in the way. There's some shit in the way. Hold on, there's some shit in the way. My fault, y'all. What's good? Home Inc. TV, hustlers on a mission every day, dividendsapparel.com. Whatever you do, make sure you do it capital. And that's creating a positive impact today and later, you feel me? Fuck them haters, get your paper straight like that. And this is Home Inc. TV, hustlers on a mission every day. A real nigga reaction. Get you some R&R right here, rest and relaxation with a real nigga reaction. You feel me? Real niggas do what they want to do. Bitch niggas do what they can. Whole ass niggas gonna talk about it and fuck niggas gonna hate. Regardless. I promise you that shit. So do your shit to the motherfucking fullest, nigga. I don't give a fuck what they think. And you shouldn't either. And with that being said, without any further ado, let's get into some fucking news that I'm learning about as I'm just getting off from work. Yeah, shout out to y'all getting off from work, handling your business how you supposed to, know what I'm saying? Staying focused on your mission, know what I'm saying? Taking care of your people and your family. Shout out to y'all, man. Another day in the books, another day, another opportunity. Shit, nigga, you got one more day this week to do it at least. Some of us got it all week. Some of us work 7 days a week. Well, get no days off. And that's the hustlers on a mission every day, you feel me? Yeah, shout out to us, man. I don't really take no days off. Even when I don't go to that job, I'm still putting work in, you feel me? That's how it better be. That's how it should be. And don't you ever motherfucking forget it, bitch. Bitch. All right. All right, let's get to this shit right here with what's going on in the world or what's going on with Kodak, man. Let's see what the fuck going on with Kodak. Last thing I know is shit was quiet for Yat. Yat was being a little quiet out here. And he was sober, know what I'm saying? They said he was 2 weeks sober. Somebody said it was 2 weeks. I thought he was like a month or something sober. And you know what? He probably got a prescription for the medicine or the drugs that he got caught with. Just like he had a prescription for that shit last time. You feel me? But I don't know. So let's find out. Let's go to the details of the case, see what the fuck going on with this shit right here. Allegedly news.
In jail, awaiting now to face a judge. Good afternoon. Great to have you with us. I'm Alan Campbell.
I'm Sonica Donge. West 2 was the first station to break the news of his arrest in Orlando on drug charges. West 2's Christina Watkins.
Orlando. Man, and they got booked in Orlando, boy. Y'all, you know what? Them motherfuckers was sliding heavy through this bitch. I ain't gonna lie. They was sliding heavy through my city. Them fuck nigga, boy, I pulled out to pick my peoples up for work, boy. I pulled out the spot, hit the street. Bitch, it was like goddamn 17 police cars. 10 on with lights on. It was like 3 different cars pulled over. 3 different spots. And them bitches just swerving like, them bitches was just swerving, bitch. I swear, bitch. I started to send a bitch an Uber to come. I started to send a bitch an Uber to pick them up, man. But I said, fuck it, man. I'm already out here, man. I'm gonna just go ahead and keep going. You know what I'm saying? You gotta say a prayer when like, well, you a nigga, even if you ain't got nothing on you, you ain't gotta be doing shit wrong as a nigga. You see that many police just out there just roaming around when you trying to leave, get somewhere, and come right back. You gotta say a fucking prayer right quick. You gotta pray the whole entire time while you out, bitch. Cause bitch, when they be doing that shit, when they be looking like that, them motherfuckers will plant something on your ass when they doing that bullshit. When they just swerving, they either looking for somebody specific or they looking for some shit to put on the nigga, man. They trying to fill up them prisons, boy. I ain't gonna bullshit with you, boy. They trying to fill them bitches up.
Is joining us live from the Orange County Jail. And Christina, Orlando police say this investigation started last November outside of a nonprofit for kids.
And that's all according to this 5-page arrest report from Orlando police. They said they showed up to the Children's Safety Village after people reported hearing gunshots. I want you to take a look here because...
No, man, they report gunshots.
This is a picture you're looking at of Kodak Black's mugshot, all from Orlando police. They said when they showed up last November, they found a BMW and a Lamborghini parked outside of Children's Safety Village. And then the police officer said they smelled marijuana, so they started searching the cars. That's when they said Kodak Black approached officers. They said they found a pink pair of scissors next to a $100 bill with drugs on it. The report says those scissors matched a pair in a picture posted to Kodak Black's Instagram a week before all of this even happened. They scissors. They said they found a pink marijuana, so they started searching the cars. That's when they said Kodak Black approached officers. They said they found a pink pair of scissors next to a $100 bill with drugs on it. The report says those scissors matched a pair in a picture posted to Kodak Black's Instagram a week before all of this even happened. They also said they found rings in that car, which also matched his Instagram. And eventually, the officer said they found MDMA. I got the chance to talk to a criminal defense attorney not connected to this case whatsoever about how social media could play a role in this.
Found that motherfucking Molly.
As a defense attorney myself, I'm often telling my clients, be careful what you post. Because anything that you post on the internet, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, can be used against you. So you'll see, even though this was not the day of the arrest, they're using pictures from his social media to tie all of this case together.
Yeah, if you wonder why.
Now, what's really interesting in all of this, according to legal experts, is back in 2021, President Donald Trump pardoned Kodak Black after a judge sentenced him to nearly 4 years in jail back in 2019 for making a false statement to buy a gun. At that time, the White House praised his philanthropic work, saying he's a, quote, prominent artist and community leader. Also, just last year, Kodak Black visited the White House during the Black History Month reception. So we did reach out to the White House to get a statement on this latest arrest. We know they are working on giving us a statement on that. In the meantime, Kodak Black is expected to make his first appearance in jail here in Orange County this afternoon in the next 90 minutes. Covering Orange County in Orlando, Christina Watkins, West 2 News.
We'll be staying on top of that.
Damn, yeah. Let's see what the fuck going on. He was in court today. Let's see. Shit.
This is how you can uncover all the secrets of your family that no one ever told you. There is a platform where you can.
Man, that boy finna get off on probation, man. I ain't finna do nothing for that shit.
All right. Good afternoon, sir. If you can just tell me your name and your date of birth. All right. Date of birth. 11/1997. All right. Thank you. All right, Mr. Capri, you are here for your initial appearance. You were arrested pursuant to an arrest warrant, so probable cause was previously determined by Judge Murphy. We are here for purposes of today for determining your bond and as well as conditions of bond. Before we do that, is there anything that the defense wishes to add?
I do, Judge. I just want to point out a couple things with the arrest and the affidavit for arrest. I know the PC has already been found.
Yes, sir.
Generally speaking, I always like to make the court aware of the strength or weakness of the case because I think that goes towards the bond. In this case, Judge, this happened in November. Oh, before I get to that, we also self-surrendered for the court certification. We self-surrendered. He was in California. I had him fly back specifically for this case. I was notified by the U.S. Marshal Service and given the opportunity to surrender him. U.S. Marshal Service was beyond professional in this case, just for the record. But if you read the affidavit that is attached to the warrant, Judge, essentially,
It's in November. There might be some old shit.
Yes, sir. Neither of the vehicles are registered to Mr. Capri personally. An officer approaches the vehicles. One vehicle, he says, smells like marijuana. He searches that vehicle, finds something in that vehicle that's unrelated to Mr. Capri. The second vehicle, and he doesn't even see Mr. Capri on the scene at this point. The second vehicle, they then
right.
There's one person in that
He
vehicle.
finna beat this shit.
To that person, both in the passenger side.
Finna get thrown out.
One bag has drugs in it and some other items. The other bag has what he initially says, and he doesn't put this in his affidavit. He initially says that he tests it, and it tests 27 grams of cocaine, which is just under the trafficking amount of 28 grams. When he then sends it in, allegedly, it becomes MDMA. So I also have his original report that says when he originally tested it, it tested as cocaine. Inside that bag, there's some items that he says belong to Mr. Capri, an identification and some paperwork. He then sends things off to get printed. None of the things in that bag come back to Mr. Capri as his fingerprints. I think there were several latent prints taken off. None of them match Mr. Capri. At that point, then Mr. Capri approaches the officer and is now on the scene, was not in the vehicle, and doesn't make any admission that the bag is his or anything like that. The officer then goes one step further and goes on Mr. Capri's Instagram, and on one picture in his Instagram, there's a picture of him standing next to a bag that looks like the bag that was in the car. Now, I know PC was already found, so I'm not going to argue PC, but it's really screaming at me, but I won't argue it. But I mean, the case law on this is so very clear, and I use two very, very, I think, esteemed cases. One of them is Edmond v. State, and the other one is McCrae v. State. And I'll just give you a very brief on it.
Right. So let me ask you this before we get into the case.
Yes.
One, has a copy been given to the state?
I'll give her a copy. I'm sorry.
Because certainly last thing we want to do is have a hearing by ambush.
I use these in a lot of the construction cases, construction possession cases. So the Edmond case is
I ain't gonna lie, boy. This look like the weakest case they done ever got Kodak on. Kodak in that bit, really, real deal. Like, man, I'm finna get up out this bit. I ain't worried about this shit. Bond already posted, bitch. Soon as y'all got there and say whatever it is, bitch, the bond already posted, bitch. Just go ahead and say what it is so I can walk the fuck up at this bitch.
It's kind of an amazing case. The police raid a house on a warrant. The guy's hiding in a closet with wet cocaine next to him in a hole that his head is within 1 foot of the hole. On the stove is cooking cocaine. Next to the stove is his ID and some pic of the hole.
Hold on, let's go.
Hearing by ambush.
I use these in a lot of the construction cases, construction possession cases. So the Edmond case is kind of an amazing case. The police raid a house on a warrant. The guy's hiding in a closet with wet cocaine next to him in a hole that his head is within 1 foot of the hole. On the stove is cooking cocaine. Next to the stove is his ID and some paperwork. In a bedroom in the house is more paperwork that belongs to him. The court found that's still not enough for constructive possession. It's kind of an amazing case, and I'll give you the exact site for it, but it's Edmond v. State, and the state has a copy of it. The other one is McCrae. In McCrae, they're pulling a guy over. They pull him over, he jumps out of the car and makes a run for it. As he's running, the officer sees that he's playing with his waistband and makes a throwing motion. He puts him down on the ground, arrests him, and tells the other cop, hey, go back and see what he threw. They find a baggie of cocaine, no fingerprints on it. They print it, no fingerprints on it. And the court says that's not enough for constructive possession. Those cases are so much closer to constructive possession in this case. And I would just ask the court, in considering a bond, to look at the case, to look at the affidavit that's with the case. And I understand that the typical bond on this is $50,000. I'm asking for a $10,000 bond. I on my way here on the train, I was typing up a motion to dismiss. It's just there is not enough here. I get
obviously, you know that the motion to dismiss is for another day. We're here for the sole purpose of determining bond. And
I said $1,000, man. $1,000. 10%.
2007 case for TCA, and the McCrae versus State is another for TCA case out of 2006. Not arguing PC, it's been found.
Yes, sir.
I believe that the importance of this information is the strength of the case and the court to consider. Additionally, again, one had said this was a self-surrender case. This is not somebody who was in flight risk, and the strength of the case, using the word very, very loosely, asked that the court consider a low bond.
And he's never failed to appear, as long as I've represented him.
As long as you represent him, there is at least one.
I've represented him since he was like, I don't know, 17. Yeah, there might be one really far back in the past.
There's one from 2016. Before I determine
bitch,
bond and bond amount stated.
My bad. My bad. Not bad. I almost flashed out. My fault, y'all. That was my fault. Oh, let me go back.
And he's never failed to appear.
You ever just be having a conversation with yourself in your head?
And he's never failed to appear.
Bitch, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Stop thinking about that.
And he's never failed to appear, as long as I've represented him.
As long as you represent him, there is at least one.
I've represented him since he was like, I don't know, 17. Yeah, there might be one really far back in the past.
There's one from 2016. Before I determine conditions of bond and bond amount state, is there anything that you all wish to add?
Attorney said they're not arguing PC. PC has already been found. The schedule for trafficking is $50,000. PC has been found for trafficking.
I've been representing him since he was 17. That boy have made every bit of $2 million off that of Yak. Every bit of $2 million, he done made at least every bit of $2 million off Yak. All them cases since 2017, man. What, 10 years? I guarantee that boy made every bit of 2.5 off Yak. All them years. What? I guarantee it. 2.5, boy, at least. 2.5 out of all them. Nigga probably hit for $5 million off Yak. Fucking with all them damn court fees. fucking with all them goddamn charges he done got.
Haitian American. He does not have any ties to Orlando. He's from Pompano Beach, but again, he flew in from California. So state would not only ask that you have the bond at $50,000 in light of his occupation and lack of ties to Orlando, that it actually be increased, and one of the conditions be that he surrender his passport.
They're trying to get him a $50,000 bond just because of his occupation, because he couldn't afford it.
He has a U.S. passport. He doesn't have any plans on leaving the country. I wouldn't. I mean, we've faced cases that are 10 times this case, and I've won, by the way. But we'll put that in another bucket. But the fact that he's a rapper doesn't give you a legal purpose to raise the bond. So
right.
Ask for a $10,000 bond. All
right. Well, I appreciate all the
tell their ass again.
Trafficking in methamphetamine or MDMA, more than 10 grams, less than 200 grams. That is a first-degree felony. Again, you are entitled to a bond, so I am going to give you a bond. I have considered the strength of the case as well as everything that was set forth in the arrest affidavit. I understand the arguments presented by your counsel. I think one of the things that was left out was, well, you weren't necessarily claiming ownership of the bag. You were requesting that the funds within the bag be turned over to you. So there at least is some tie, seems like, to the court to that bag. Nonetheless, I think in terms of bond, I am going to slightly increase the bond. I think based upon your, not the fact that you're a rapper, I think that has no binding, but the other factors that the court considered is your prior criminal history, including 12 prior felony convictions, 2 misdemeanor
30,000,
1 failure to appear. That was quite some time ago, so I'm not giving a ton of weight to the failure to appear. But I think an appropriate bond in this case would be $75,000. So that's going to be what the court sets the bond.
Man, cut it out, man.
For number one,
man,
here's what
what?
that means for you. We're training every day.
Man, y'all gonna give Jack a bond for $75,000 because he a rapper for real, bro. They gave him that bond because he a rapper, bro. The state only wanted 50, and them bitches, that nigga go to 75. Oh yeah, Florida, y'all ain't shit, boy. Y'all ass ain't shit. Y'all some dirty motherfuckers, boy. Talking about rap, the fact you a rapper ain't got shit to do with all that other shit. Talking about failure to appear and all that. The failure to appear ain't got shit to do with it. What you brought it up for? That shit was 10 years ago. That nigga ain't had no failure to appear in 10 years. And y'all want to bring that bullshit up. But he do have a history though, so yeah. I guess that ain't bad. That ain't too unfair. That's not unfair at all, for real. Especially when you know how yak ass be fucking up. It ain't unfair. It's just crazy how the state asked it from 50 and then they increase it by 25. Bitch, what? That shit crazy, man. Kodak Black facing 30 years. That nigga ain't facing no 30 years. Why the fuck these niggas be doing that shit? Niggas like setting that, bro. Why? Why, bro? That nigga not facing no fucking 30 years, bro. For what? 30 years for what, bro? Drug trafficking arrest, but he's not even drug trafficking. Like what? That nigga not facing no 30 years, bro. Not even for that, bro. He wouldn't even be facing no 30 years. Like, bro.
Says that on November 24th at 1 a.m, Officer Chavez responded in Orlando regarding multiple callers reporting hearing gunshots and seeing numerous vehicles parked where no shots originated. Then the cop hopped out full patrol uniform, which, you know, is the vest on and all that, and then the word police on the front and the back of it. Now what ends up happening is the uniformed police officer has the damn Orlando department shoulder patch on it. So he's basically showing y'all, I'm the police. So it basically lets y'all know he was super identifiable as law enforcement. And as he pulled up several people, so I've been hanging out with Memphis people, man. It's music, you know, they got me, man. Basically, he pulled up, see several people gathered around 2 running vehicles with the headlights on, and he basically approached the vehicles to his right. He see the BMW SUV. Inside the BMW SUV, he saw 3 people. Then the cop approached the driver's side door and could immediately smell freshly burnt cannabis emanating from the vehicle. What y'all rolling over there is what the cop said. So the damn cop decided, I'm gonna investigate this instead of a shooting, which doesn't make any damn sense. But we're gonna keep on reading. The cop basically say, hey, shit, you got your medical card? He said that to somebody identified as Evan Joseph. And then Evan Joseph said, nah, I ain't even got one, bro. So then the cop observed what appeared to be an open container protruding from under the passenger seat. The cop knows the Mercy Drive area to be a high crime drug area. So the cop says, based on this, and working in this specific area for almost 5 years, based on the smell of weed and no medical marijuana card. Whoa, that's that QR code, man. Y'all know what that is, man. They said no more 5. Nah, double that. Put 10 to win. Thursday, swerve day. You feel me? Free. But once again, fire being reported, playing games and figure out how you can win and spin on this Thursday. And the sounds of gunfire being reported at this damn location, there's probable cause to search the vehicle. But once again, if there were multiple gunshots, where did you see any bullet holes, anything like, did you take your goddamn flashlight out? Did you scan any freaking anything? Like nothing?
No,
you didn't search the ground for shells. You didn't search the gates. You didn't search the houses for bullet holes. You just smelled burnt weed.
Yes.
And that was enough for you to do that? Okay. So he found probable cause to search the vehicle.
Yes.
Additionally, it should be noted that Joseph has a suspended Florida driver's license. But sitting in the driver's side doesn't mean that he was actually driving. Now, some could argue because the car was on or whatever the hell. But that's just like saying, well, you know, it's hot as hell, so we turned on the AC. But whatever. So upon searching that BMW, the cop located a bag in the trunk containing 56 grams of cannabis in a sealed marked cannabis bag and a metal container containing a pink substance. Now, that pink substance, that pill, it tested positive for MDMA using an OPD-issued NIC kit. And additionally, in the bag, the cop located a passport that belonged to somebody named Trayvon Hardy, and $60. The money bag, weed, MDMA pills were placed in the OPD property as evidence. So they put it in an evidence locker, and they said, oh, shit, we done already crashed something. So while searching the BMW, somebody else pulled up. It's Kodak Black. Officer began the search.
Yeah.
And what did he find out?
Kodak.
Oh, shit. Hey, man.
Listen, Kodak.
We got to find another vehicle. We did? Yeah, green Lamborghini. That was occupied by a sole rear passenger, identified as James Demetrius Twitty. Now, Twitty, he was sleeping in the passenger side. Next to Twitty was a white leather bag. The cop walked over to the passenger side of the vehicle to open the front passenger door. But here's the kick. He had no reason to basically do that. If you see somebody sleeping in a $250,000 vehicle, why the hell would you open the passenger door? But the cop said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and open that door. So he then goes on to say, as he walked around the side of the vehicle to open the passenger door without entering the vehicle, viewing from outside, how convenient. He could see white powdery substance on a $100 bill on the front floorboard. Should be noted that next to that $100 bill with the narcotics on it was a pink pair of scissors. Those scissors actually was seen. You got it, with Kodak Black. I'm a super enhancer right here. So they're saying these are the same pair of scissors. These scissors right here. Let me go ahead. These scissors right here match these scissors that's already have the blue thing on it. I just
cut it out, bro.
So what it says is it should be noted that
cut
the
it
picture
out.
that has 2 rings on the floorboard match the rings worn by Kodak Black. So Kodak basically has his rings and his scissors on there. The cop didn't say, you know what I know because I'm trained and experienced in this shit. So the cop says those substances are narcotics because who else is putting white powdery substance on a dollar bill? Unless you're a fat guy like Steady Nash and you know it's powdered donuts on there. Sounds good. So he basically says that he took the drug, taking a drug identification course. That's where his education comes from, just because he could be able to see it. But it's funny because it could have been baby powder or anything like that. But nope. Furthermore, the interior of the vehicle smelled of freshly burnt cannabis. Based on this, the cop woke his ass up from the vehicle and conducted a probable cause. So the cop basically did not do a thorough enough investigation and figured and said, you know what, I see some dudes kicking it out here. I'm gonna go walk around and basically start searching shit and everything. And that's what it's boiling down to, because this story seems like the cops were searching for a reason to arrest. Because you have to write why you were there most of the times. Now, sometimes I say neighborhood watch, we're used to these faces and all this shit and everything, and they're known, blah, 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 whatever the hell. But this story,
ain't Melly,
it goes
Melly locked up in Orlando?
Deeper real quick.
Small business owner?
Melly
Let
locked
your
up in
bill
Orlando
pay
and they
work
just
for
granted
your
bond
business.
for Melly, didn't
Pay
they?
your business bills with your credit card. Even where cards aren't accepted,
Maybe I'm wrong.
Melio lets you.
Check it out. Search Twitty in the vehicle. As Twitty was exiting the vehicle, he reached down towards his waist. Shirt came up slightly, which allowed the cop to see a holstered firearm in his right side. It was actually concealed. So he let the cop know, I got fire on me. So the cop, in whatever reason, decided that he said, I'm about to remove this gun so that you don't shoot me. So the Glock 19 9mm handgun bearing the serial number of CHDM 912, basically that this goddamn thing was ready to be converted. Why? I don't know. But let's read it word for word. He said, based on my training experience, it is my opinion that this weapon is designed to, or may readily be converted to expel a projectile by the action of an explosive. That's him showing off. Yeah, we know you put a shell over a piece of metal that can fit in there, you put some gunpowder there, and then you spark it and pow, there it goes. The projectile fires from the nozzle of the firearm and the shell expands out the side of the gun. Congrats, cop. So Twitty basically say, hey, that gun is mine, and I got my license for that, which he did. So all that shit wasn't even really needed right there. So he's a legal carrying United States citizen. Twitty stated that nothing in the vehicle was his. He stated he had won the money.
First of all, that shit don't even matter, bitch, because the state of Florida, bitch, concealed carry is legal now. So As long as he ain't wasn't no felon, bitch, he was straight. He ain't need nothing. He ain't need no
and the
fucking
casino, but
none of
cannot
that.
show receipts besides one dated November 14th, 2025. Because for some odd reason,
He
once you
didn't
get money
need
from
none
a
of that.
casino, your ass is just supposed to spend it. So to hell with a damn savings account. So the cop
And y'all niggas stop letting them tell y'all that y'all can't have a concealed weapons and a marijuana card. Y'all stop letting them folks lie to y'all like that, bro. Unless you try to do that shit yourself. Cause bitch, like I said, concealed carry, you don't need no motherfucking permit for that no more. If you smoke, bitch, go get your motherfucking medical card. Cause you just see how they just did Kodak over this bullshit, and they were supposed to be investigating the shooting. Fuck out of here, man.
The cop conducted a search of the Lamborghini SUV first. The cop removed a white leather bag that was next to 20 inside the bag. He located 28.32 grams of cannabis packed with 8 separate containers. One container marked THC level at 36.46 and another at 36.99. The cop tested the sample of the damn weed with a kit, which measures if the substance or hemp tested positive for cannabis, obviously. And based on the bag being directly next to Twitty, he being the only person in the vehicle, Twitty being armed with a firearm, the damn cop said, you know what? This is enough right here. We're going to hit you with over possession of 20 grams and a concealed firearm and the commission of a felony. What that felony is, I guess we'll continue to find out. So he went on to search the vehicle even more, which resulted in another pink bag at the rear passenger seat being located by another officer, Sergeant Chase. Inside that bag, a plastic bag containing substance later identified by FDLE as MDMA was located. The bag weighed a total of 27 grams. Inside the same pink bag, the cop located $37,000 in multiple denominations, meaning there was hundreds, tens, 50s, 20s, probably a couple ones or whatever. Wouldn't be no ones, I'm being funny. But anyways, the cop located that money, and then inside that bag was numerous documents to the name Bill Capri, aka Kodak Black. This fool even had his prison ID up in the damn card, foreshadowing where the hell he was headed to right after this. So they found that with his name and all that shit, and then the documents found inside the bag a bottle of hydra. I don't know how to say that shit, but basically promethazine. He had the lean in there. And then alcohol level above 0.7% inside the bag as well. Bottle was turned over to OPD CSTS for latent print processing. The sample of the contents of the bottle was.
That nigga said he don't know how to say hydrochloride. I know that nigga ain't just say he don't know how to say hydrochloride, man. That nigga just say he don't know how to say that hydrochloride. Bit hydrochloride. Sound it out with me. Sound it out with me now. Hydrochloride. Chloride. The H is silent, nigga. Chloride. That nigga said you don't understand that word. I know that ain't what he said.
With his name and all that shit, and then the documents found inside the bag a bottle of hydra. I don't know how to say that shit, but basically
a bottle of promethazine hydrochloride, 6.25 mgs, 5 millimeters, alcohol level 7%. Was inside the bag as well. The bottle was turned over to the OPD CST for latent print processing. A sample of the contents of the bottle was taken and placed into the OPD property and evidence for testing. Property and evidence for testing. Frisbee was in the same bag. That shit fucked me up with Frisbee. What the fuck they mean a Frisbee? Hilarious.
He had to lean in there.
But that word is hydrochloride, bitch.
7% inside the bag as well. Bottle was turned over to OPD CSTS for latent print processing. The sample of the contents of the bottle was taken and placed in the OPD property. The evidence for testing a Frisbee was in the same bag because, you know, it's windy as hell in Florida with all the palm beaches and tornadoes and shit. The cop picked up 4 latent prints from the damn Frisbee. These will be submitted for testing. A tablet was located and submitted to the police department as well for latent print processing, basically saying, we're going to find out who this belongs to. The narcotics, money, documents, and Frisbee will all be entered in the OPD property and evidence. The prints were not sufficient enough to acquire any matches because if you know, like we know, we've been lied to about fingerprints. So we want to see below another damn picture. That sounds fair? All righty, let's keep on going. You see the stupid ass shit right here? So as you can see, this appears to be the same bag. Located in this bag was a distinct lighter. The cop viewed Kodak Black's Instagram as he self-snitched on himself without even knowing it and saw him using what appeared to be the same lighter. The photo below of the lighter, and you can see the lighter seen in the Instagram as Haitian Boy Kodak's on November 23rd, 2025. Everyone on the scene was asked if the bag belonged to them. And it's yours.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Hold the fuck on, bro. Is they going off of some shit? Hold on, bro. Because he was recently arrested, right? Hold on, bro. I might be missing something. Your affidavit approved, below. A lighter. Haitian boy Kodak on November 23rd, 2025, which was last year. If they talk about a lighter, it seemed to be the same lighter from November. Is this a specialized lighter? Do it have his name on it? Is it a flame? Is it a torch? Is it a refillable? Like, what kind of light? Hold, maybe I'm tripping. Let's go back a little further, man.
So, as you can see, this appears to be the same bag. Located in this bag was a distinct lighter. The cop viewed Kodak Black's Instagram as he self-snitched on himself without even knowing it. And
okay, they're trying to say that's his bag because he was standing by it.
Saw him using what appeared to be the same lighter. The photo below of the lighter, and you can see the lighter seen in the Instagram as Haitian boy Kodak's on November 23rd, 2025. Everyone on the scene was asked if the bag belonged to them. Hey, it's yours, it's yours, it's yours. The cop asked everybody. And they said, hell nah. Even Kodak Black said, man, that ain't my shit. I've never seen that bag in my life. So when Kodak was informed about the money in the bag, he basically attempted multiple times to have the money turned over to him, claiming it belonged to his business. Kodak, however, would not claim the bag or any of its contents. So the money's mine, which you should have just chalked that shit up. But you know, nobody wants to give up $37,000. Under the
damn show, a nigga damn sure ain't giving
up
no 37. Nigga damn sure ain't giving no 37 because bitches, they confiscate that shit and they talk about, so this ain't none of y'all bad. This ain't none of y'all bad. Bitch, they finna split that money up, bruh. They finna split that 37 bands up in between the motherfuckers that confiscated. Nigga, let them fuck around and say, oh, this bag ain't y'all's, and he would have just took the bag, right? And then just took the money out that bitch. Like, hold on, I thought it wasn't none of y'all bad.
Caliber handgun was located
Don't
by
worry about some
Officer
money,
Chase,
bitch.
and based off of the cop's training experience, it's the cop's opinion that this weapon was designed to basically shoot.
Hey, listen, that would have been he would have been the realest officer in the world if he would have been like, oh, okay, this ain't y'all bag, right? Well, check this out. There's some shit in this bag I know none of y'all want to go to jail for. And there's some other shit in this bag that I wouldn't mind keeping for my motherfucking self. So I let y'all go. And I just take this bag with me. That's cool with y'all? That's cool? All right, we just go confiscate these drugs and this money. And y'all have a nice day. That's what the fuck he wanted to do. Oh, yeah? Oh, this ain't none of y'all's? All right.
Everyone on the scene was asked if that gun belonged to them. And once again, everybody said hell nah. Then based on where the gun was at and the proximity of narcotics and no one claiming ownership of it, the gun was taken. Then the gun was swabbed for fingerprints. No fingerprints were found on the gun, but multiple DNA samples were taken. So based off what the cops say, additionally, a BWC was activated for this dang incident. So on the scene where the people, Giscard, I don't know, Arquita, Dion, Masnick, some other people, I don't know who the hell these people are. They did more and more searching, more and more digging, and they decided to say on April 17, 2026, the cop received a FDLE report for the substance found on the pink bag, and the substances were identified as MDMA with an official weight of 23.34, and I guess an additional 0.25. The trafficking weight for MDMA is 14 grams. And based on that shit alone, because of the weight, your ass is being hit with trafficking MDMA, even if it's for personal use, because you can only be Jim Irsay of the Indianapolis Colts, God rest his soul, and had that much shit upon you. So based on all the evidence, the cop finds probable cause to charge Kodak Black with trafficking MDMA above or below 14 grams. No, what the hell is that? Greater or equal to, greater or equal to 14 grams, but under 200 grams. An arrest warrant was issued for Kodak Black, and that was on the 30th of April. Then they basically